Hey everyone, Karolyne Roberts here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Christian dating boundaries that no one talks about. So if you're interested in watching more, then definitely stay tuned. So the first Christian dating boundary that I want to talk about that no one else talks about is focused boundaries. When you are dating, when you are courting or in a new relationship, that is not the time to lose your focus and get distracted. A lot of us forget to set up focused boundaries and we just let anything go, and then this relationship becomes a distraction, and then it becomes an idol, and then before you know it, something that could have been a blessing ends up taking our focus away from God, and God has to take that relationship out of our life. So I know this road all too well because I've been there, I've done that. I have been in relationships where my whole focus was on this person, my whole focus was on our future together, where I got so distracted, while dating, while courting, yet I was still single and God still needed to be my number one focus. In the Bible, it talks about how a single woman is able to be dedicated to the Lord and focus on the Lord. But a married woman, she is focused on her household and how she can please her husband. But a lot of times, while we are still single, while we are dating, we rush into the role of a wife and we're focused on this man as if he is our husband. But remember that you are still single until you have that ring on your finger, honey. You are still single and God still has something for you to accomplish. God still has something for you to do. So maybe that means you can't be on the phone every single night until the next morning. Maybe that means that you need to finish the assignment that God gave you. Did He tell you to write a book? Did He tell you to start a business? Did He tell you that you need to get your degree and finish school? Are you getting distracted? Are your grades dropping? Have you put the project on delay? Have you put the project and the assignment that God has given you on the back burner because of this new relationship that you have is distracting your focus and is pulling you away from God? Just because you are in a relationship doesn't mean that you can't have boundaries. Focused boundaries in Christian relationships are so important. So communicate that to the person that you're in a relationship with. I'm so glad we're getting to know each other, but maybe we only go on 1 or 2 dates a month. We don't have to rush it. There's no rush. Let's take our time and get to know each other. I still have to focus on school. I can't be on the phone all times of the night, all times of the day, because now I'm spending 4, 5, 6 hours on the phone with you when I could have been spending that time with God. I could have been spending that time doing my devotional. I could have been spending that time in prayer, writing my book. So make sure that you set up focused boundaries in your dating relationship. Now, number 2, I want to go into status boundaries. I want us to talk about status boundaries more as it comes to dating and Christian relationships. A lot of times we put someone in a relationship status, or we give them a title that they have not earned or that they shouldn't have. If this person is your boyfriend or your girlfriend, then that's what they are, a boyfriend or a girlfriend, not a fiance, not a husband, not a hubby, your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Enjoy every season. God makes everything beautiful in its time. So enjoy the courting season, enjoy the engagement season, and you will be able to enjoy marriage. And when they make the commitment, when they decide to put on that ring, when they make the commitment and vow that they are going to love you through richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, then they deserve the wife or the husband name or title. But don't just throw a title on someone because you think one day they're going to be that. It is not that one day yet. Don't rush. Put up those boundaries. If it's your boyfriend, it's your boyfriend. If it's your fiance, it's your fiance. And if it's your husband, it's your husband. So don't put someone in a status or in a category that they haven't earned in your life, because you never know what can happen. And that's why status boundaries are important. And when we don't have status boundaries and we start giving people titles that they didn't earn or deserve, then we start to act upon those things. We start to act upon those titles. So maybe you're calling him husband, even though he's not your husband, but now you feel like it's okay for him to sleep over. Now you feel like it's okay to play house. Now you're running into temptation because you didn't set up those status boundaries. So protect yourself, guard your heart by setting up status boundaries in your relationship. Now, the last boundary that I want to talk about, which it's kind of talked about in Christendom, in the Christian community, but a lot of people in the world, when they hear this, they're like, seriously? Like, are you for real? And yes, physical boundaries. You can get to know someone without being physical. You can get to know someone intimately by having conversation, sharing ideas, learning about one another, sharing your personalities, sharing where you came from. You don't have to be physical before it's time. There are still people in this earth that honor purity, that value purity, and are waiting until marriage to have sex. You don't have to rush or feel pressured into doing anything physical before it's time. And I talk a lot about this on my channel. I have a video about should Christians be kissing before marriage. So if you're interested in watching that video, click the link right here or right here. Physical boundaries are so important because when you don't set up physical boundaries, you are putting yourself in a position of temptation, and temptation, eventually that lust, it will lead you to sin. And you want to make sure that you have a relationship that honors God. Those are my 3 boundaries in Christian dating that people are just not talking about, and they're very important. So I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, leave it a thumbs up, and if it's your first time on my channel, do not forget to subscribe. As always, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, bye.